Hello all, my name is Vinayak Mahamuni and I have secured All India rank 95 in UPSC CSE 2020 examination. I have already discussed about mains answer writing, how to start answer writing, how to study a particular syllabus point from mains perspective. So many people were asking me like how did I improve my score, what value additions I did as compared to my last attempt in this attempt when I got selected. So one of the important aspects in the value addition this year was the names and the recommendations of the committees. We all know that government from time to time constitutes various committees to analyze a topic, to uh, find the solutions regarding particular topic or to study particular topic. Now we know that those committee members are very highly intelligent in their capacities. They have held various higher authorities post and they have wide experience. So it is imperative that we use the names of committees in our mains answer. Now for when we study for prelims, we just remember that which committee is related to which particular topic. For example, we remember that Sarkaria committee is for center state relations, but for mains we have to go little bit in detail. So in this video I'll discuss around 35 to 40 committees, and every committee will be important for you, because what I have done in my mains answer writing, that I have used these 35 to 40 committees almost in every GS paper. I have used them in GS1, GS2, GS3, even in GS4 and in essay as well. So this video will be almost for 35 minutes, I guess. I don't know. Let's see. But I'll tell you how to utilize those committees, how to use a single committee in various answers, or how to use their recommendations. So first I'll start with, see, there is one committee, Gulshan Rai committee. The name is Gulshan Rai committee, and that committee is related to cyber security. Now we know that Gulshan Rai committee is related to cyber security, but we should know what that committee has recommended. So there are always questions regarding social media tensions, hate speech, or some activities on social media which are detrimental to integrity or unity of India, or which are detrimental to the social cohesion, or which might incite violence, etc. So though the Gulshan Rai committee was particularly about cyber security, what it had recommended, it had recommended that we should devise an advanced application for social media analytics, that whenever there are such posts or such comments which can incite hatred, we should analyze them. There should be a tool, or there should be an application which should be developed to filter out such a post, so that social harmony will be maintained. So now this committee we can use in cyber security, this committee we can use in society, this committee we can use in hate speech, this committee we can use in social harmony, this committee we can use in technology or use of technology, or the essays where we are asked that whether social media is whether it is a good tool in the hands of public, whether it is boon or whether it is a bane. So here in way forward we can give the name of this committee. This committee also had mentioned that we should reduce dependence on foreign servers. This committee also recommended that we should amend the Evidence Act. Now we know that Evidence Act is used to counterbalance the RTI, Right to Information Act. So whenever there is a question regarding RTI or its lacunas or what improvement should be done, we can mention that Gulshan Rai committee had recommended to amend Evidence Act. Okay. And fourth recommendation of this committee was to set up cyber forensic laboratories. Now we know that for crime and criminal investigation we have forensic laboratories, but when it comes to cyber crime we do not have such forensic laboratories. So this committee had recommended that we should set up cyber forensic laboratories. So these four recommendations. Now I already told that how you can use it in multiple ways. So you can use it in GS1 society part, you can use it in GS2 RTI and governance part, you can use it in GS3 technology, internal security, cyber security part, and also you can use it in the essays regarding social media and technology. Okay. So similarly, we'll discuss these committees. You can note these committees down, and you can note these committees recommendation. I will post my notes, but the thing with my notes is my notes are not consolidated according to committee. Like whenever there is a topic of cyber security, I had mentioned Gulshan Rai committee and their recommendations. But what you should do now, that make a list of these committees in 3-4 pages and keep revising them again and again. Similarly, there was another committee named Meena Hemachandra committee. So Meena Hemachandra committee was also on information technology and cyber security. Now this committee's recommendation you can use in introduction, because this committee had said that the diverse and ingenious nature of recent attacks necessitates the review of cyber security landscape and emerging threats. So it had said that the threats and the ways in which the threats or cyber attacks are being carried out, we should improvise our techniques, we should improvise our framework, we should check our cyber security network, we should go through the already available structures and what we can improve in them. So you can use it in introduction, like whenever there is a question on information technology or cyber security or cyber attacks or cyber crime, you can say that Meena Hemachandra committee observed that the nature of cyber attacks and crime is changing and it is diverse in nature. So our approach to tackle these cyber security attacks or cyber crimes should also be diverse, and we should our approach or our initiative should be in tune with the newer attacks or newer cyber crimes. So now this committee you can use in cyber security, information technology, etc. Also, whenever there is a question on cyber security, you should use the name of, one particular person is there, Joseph Nye, because he had given 4 types of cyber security or cyber crimes. Like he said that there will be cyber frauds, there will be cyber warfare, there will be cyber espionage, and there will be cyber terrorism. So whenever a question on cyber security or cyber crime comes, you can draw a small diagram, show 4 arrows, and write down these 4 aspects like cyber warfare, cyber fraud, cyber terrorism, and cyber espionage. Okay, so this was regarding these 2 committees were regarding cyber security. Now I am discussing the committees which are not much in news, because Sarkaria committee, Panchi committee, Dinesh Goswami committee, these committees you already know, so you can study those from Lakshmikant, etc. But I am telling you the committees which I had prepared, which are not given in standard books. Okay, now the third committee is Jaya Jetli committee. So Jaya Jetli committee was recommended, formed to study the problems of women maternal health, women marriage age, reproductive health, etc. So most important suggestion this committee had given was that we should increase the age of marriage of girls from 18 to 21, because that committee observed that the age of marriage, the reproductive health, the number of children, and women empowerment, these all topics are interlinked. So whenever there is a question on women empowerment, women health, women marriage, so you can mention that Jaya Jetli committee had found a correlation between age at marriage and reproductive health. So this will make your answer little bit different from others. Again, whenever there is a question on health of women, or there is a question particularly regarding overall health or ASHA workers or primary health care, or how we can improve our hunger indices, etc. So there one point should be that we should increase the age of marriage of girls as recommended by Jaya Jetli committee. So this is another important committee. Okay, there is another committee, Injeti Srinivas committee. So this committee was regarding corporate social responsibility. So this committee had found that the expenditure of CSR was concentrated in particular areas like education and health. So now we cannot, though the question is not on CSR, okay, but the suppose question is on tribal development, suppose the question is on hunger, suppose the question is on sanitation. So there in the way forward you can mention that as CSR has been utilized increasingly for social purposes, as recommended by Injeti Srinivas committee, or as found by Injeti Srinivas committee, the CSR expenditure can be used on other areas apart from health and education, because we have found that CSR is concentrated between these two areas. Again, Injeti Srinivas committee told that these CSR funds should be used for senior citizen welfare or disaster management, and government has last year amended the CSR Act to add these activities. So last year there was a question regarding senior citizen, so I had mentioned this committee, Injeti Srinivas committee, in the senior citizen welfare. So though the committee is for CSR, you can use it for multiple aspects. Okay. Now there is another committee like Kasturi Rangan Task Force. So this Kasturi Rangan Task Force was formed for waste to energy. So it had recommended that our infrastructure abilities should be augmented, so that we should convert more and more waste to the energy. So whenever there is a question on waste management, solid waste management, urban local bodies, urban floods, so you can use that. The problem of waste should be tackled in various ways, so that the drains will not be choked, and as recommended by Kasturi Rangan committee, we should focus more on converting waste to energy. Also, this committee had recommended that urban local bodies, they should be given more powers for waste management. This committee had also recommended that we should try PPP model, like we are following PPP model in construction, roads, highways. So this committee told that we should follow PPP model for waste to energy, and to solve the problem of waste or solid waste management. Okay. So the next committee is V. Kamakoti committee. So this committee was particularly for artificial intelligence and industrial revolution 4.0. So though there are always directly questions on artificial intelligence or industrial revolution, so here you can just mention, this committee did not mention any particular recommendation, but you can just mention the name of the committee, that in the era where artificial intelligence and industrial revolution 4.0 are in wake or are invoking, as recommended by V. Kamakoti committee, we should focus more on building infrastructure abilities, and our policies should be in coherence with the artificial intelligence and industrial revolution 4.0. We should not lag behind technologically. So you can just mention V. Kamakoti committee. Okay. So next committee is S. Vijay Kumar committee. So in GS2 there is always a question on NGOs or NGOs regulations, or why NGOs are not performing to their best potential. So S. Vijay Kumar committee had found that our regulations of NGOs are very strict. Like we have so many number of thousands or lakhs of NGOs, but we regulate them very strictly. So this S. Vijay Kumar committee had recommended that our regulation of NGOs should be light, like we should give them some autonomy and we should give them some freedom. So whenever there is a question on NGO, you mention S. Vijay Kumar committee. Now the next committee is Sharda Prasad committee. Now Sharda Prasad committee was particularly related to sector skill councils. So we always get questions regarding unemployment, skill development, how should we provide skills to the people, or what is the role of skill sector councils. So this Sharda Prasad committee had found that sector skill councils are hotbed of crony capitalism. So it had said that more than skill development, it is a political issue. It has become a crony capitalism issue. So you can mention that Sharda Prasad committee had found this, and we should found a way that these political or capitalistic tendency do not indulge in sector skill councils. Okay. Also this Sharda Prasad committee recommended that whatever skills we are imparting on the trainees in the training, they should be of international standard. So whenever there is a question comparing India's and other employment, or why our export competitiveness is not increasing, or why we are lacking in exports, you can mention here in the way forward that Sharda Prasad committee had recommended aligning our training standards to the international standards, so that our export competitiveness will increase. Also, Sharda Prasad committee focused on vocational education. So whenever there is a question on education, vocational education, job creation, you can say that Sharda Prasad committee recommended, unless and until there is a focus on vocational education, our demographic dividend cannot be reaped. So this type of alterations in your sentence framing or changing your content according to the demand of the question should be done for using the name of committees and value addition. Okay, so the next committee is Srinath Reddy committee. So this was particularly regarding universal healthcare. Though there is no direct question on universal healthcare, whenever there is a question on accessibility, availability or affordability of healthcare, PHCs, SHCs or tertiary health sectors, so there you can mention that Srinath Reddy committee mentioned that there is no concept such as private health. All health is public. So Srinath Reddy committee focused on public health infrastructure in a way that you can say that we generally, government generally tries to say that we should focus on private health. But this is in contradiction, that Srinath Reddy committee is saying that no health is private, all health is public. Because now in the corona we saw that all health is public. Though you are taking care of yourself personally, unless and until all the people take care of themselves, you won't be free from corona. So COVID appropriate behavior, etc. we know. So even in the question, there was a question on COVID last year. There I had mentioned Srinath Reddy committee on universal healthcare, and there I had mentioned that already Srinath Reddy committee found out that no health is private and all health is public, and COVID-19 is the brilliant example that no health is private, all health is public. So you can mention Srinath Reddy committee. Okay. Now next committee is Sumit Bose committee. Sumit Bose committee was related to Panchayat Raj. So there is always a question on Panchayat Raj. So Sumit Bose committee found out that in the panchayats, the main reason behind why panchayats have not been successful, it said that the panchayats do not have the technical capacities with them. They do not have engineers, they do not have technical persons who will understand the demand. So it had recommended that there should be mandatorily a technical person in every panchayats. Okay. Also it had focused on local self-help groups. Sumit Bose committee told that for panchayats to perform to their best, they should take help of self-help groups. So whenever there is a question on self-help group or question on Panchayat Raj, you can mention that Sumit Bose committee. Okay. There are various recommendations of Sumit Bose committee. You can read them later. Or if you want now, I have to, look for it in my notes. As I told that my notes are not regarding committee, the notes are not particularly in sync, but I'll try. I'll check. Okay, So Sumit Bose committee said that every panchayat should have a full-time CEO and engineer, because panchayats do not have technical manpower. Okay. And it also said that the support staff at panchayat is suboptimal, and it recommended that in every month there should be a particular day on which all officials will be present to respond to queries of the villagers. So this is very innovative solution or the recommendation given by Sumit Bose committee. So you can mention Sumit Bose committee. Again, as the topic of panchayat has arisen, I will tell you that there was a Manishankar Iyer committee on Panchayat Raj. So it had said that panchayat is devolution of powers. Okay. But Manishankar Iyer committee told that along with the devolution of power, there has happened a devolution of corruption. So it had said that panchayats have also become corrupt institutes. So that was the finding of Manishankar Iyer committee. Okay. And regarding Panchayat Raj, second ARC also there are some recommendations. So second ARC recommended that there should be clear-cut demarcation of the functions between panchayats and the intermediaries and the higher authorities. As there is no proper devolution of powers, there should be clear-cut demarcation. And it said that the state government or the state authority should encourage local bodies like urban local bodies or rural local bodies in the Panchayat Raj. So it should encourage local bodies to outsource particular functions in which they do not have expertise. Like suppose there is a question on water management and sanitation. So the local bodies should outsource these functions to the technical teams and to the team which has that what we can say, that we expertise, so it should be outsourced. So for Panchayat Raj questions you can mention second ARC Manishankar Iyer committee and Sumit Bose committee. Okay. Now Madhukar Gupta committee is there regarding border management. So in border management questions you can say that Madhukar Gupta committee recommended using of advanced technologies, laser walls, etc. You can use them in border management. Okay. Also, this committee found out that there are gaps and vulnerabilities in fencing. So whenever there is a question on India-Pakistan border, India-Bangladesh border, India-Nepal border, so somewhere you can mention that Madhukar Gupta committee already found out the vulnerabilities or the lacunas in the fencing. So this should be addressed. So simple you can use. Now the next committee is Madhav Chitale committee. So though this committee was particularly for desilting of the Ganga river, but we should not limit this committee to the desilting of river, because this committee had recommended various initiatives to tackle urban floods. Like it had said that there should be dredging of all the rivers before the monsoon, so that the carrying capacity of the river will increase, and there will be less urban floods, or we can tackle urban floods. So there was one other recommendation of this committee, I'll tell you. Okay, also desilting it had recommended, and next thing it had recommended that this committee had also recommended good agricultural practices. So see, in the paper GS1 there will be question on urban flood. So nobody would relate this urban flood to agricultural practices, right? So if you relate urban floods with agricultural practices and how our agricultural practices should change, so here you can mention that Madhav Chitale committee recommended that there is a need to transition towards good agricultural practices to tackle the urban floods. Okay. Also that committee recommended, what it recommended, reclamation of the lakes, and this committee also recommended desilting of the lakes adjoining to the urban areas and adjoining to the rivers, so that the capacity of the lakes will increase and the urban flood can be dealt in a better way. So Madhav Chitale committee not only regarding Ganga, you can use it in agriculture practices, urban floods, lakes, reclaiming of the lakes. So here you can use this in the environment paper also. Okay. Similarly, on the similar line, there was a committee of Mihir Shah, that is very famous committee. Most people use that committee. So read the recommendation of Mihir Shah committee in detail, because Mihir Shah committee though talked about rivers, it also talked about participatory management for last mile connectivity or last mile delivery of the water. So whenever there is a question on drought, water scarcity, you can mention Mihir Shah committee. So whenever government forms a committee, though that is for a specific reason, its recommendations are so broad that we can use this recommendation in various issues. Now there is one more committee named Pam Rajput committee. So Pam Rajput committee, like she had recommended various initiatives for women empowerment. Like one of the recommendation, it mentioned that women should be given more representation in the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha, etc. Okay, and also similar Pam Rajput committee told that we should revisit the two-child policy or two-child norms. We should revisit that. Now remember the first committee, Jaya Jetli committee, we discussed. So Jaya Jetli committee and Pam Rajput committee, those two committees can be used in a single answer whenever there is a question on women health, child marriage, etc. So there you can use these two committees. Also Pam Rajput committee, if the question is on women's security, women's safety, how can we empower women, how can we make women safe. So the Pam Rajput committee had recommended that there should be a national policy on violence against women. So there should be a national policy on violence against women. So these small recommendation you can give in way forward. Now there are three committees regarding privatization, PPP, infrastructure, etc. The first committee is Rakesh Mohan committee, second committee is Bibek Debroy committee, and third committee is Vijay Kedkar committee. These three committees are important for GS3. So all these three committees have encouraged privatization, and also they have encouraged PPP models. So regarding infrastructure questions, you can use these three committees. Now if we come to agriculture, there are 4-5 committees. Like first committee is UC Sarangi committee. So this committee told that there should be a targeted lending to small and marginal farmers. Our lending is not targeted, like small and marginal farmers do not get credit at proper time, so they resort to money lenders, etc. So in farmer suicides, in farmer protest, in agriculture credit, farm distress, etc. in these questions we can use UC Sarangi committee, and we can mention that this particular committee recommended targeted lending to small and marginal farmers, so their credit capacities will be enhanced and farmers will not depend on money lender. So there is a less chance that they will get trapped into the vicious cycle of debt and poverty and debt. So you can use UC Sarangi committee regarding specially input credit. Now next committee was Arvind Pangaria committee. So it was regarding MSP. Okay. And there was one more committee regarding agriculture and MSP. I am not able to recall that committee. You search that committee, because see, MSP issue is in now news. So this year or next year there might be a question on MSP, whether there should be a statutory backing to MSP or not, etc. So here you can use Arvind Pangaria committee. And there was one more committee, but let me check. Okay, there was Romesh Chand committee. So this committee was to examine the methodology on which MSPs are calculated. So you can read about this committee also. And Arvind Pangaria committee told that we should include risk and social externality criteria in the MSP. Like already we A2 plus FL formula we follow for MSP. So Arvind Pangaria committee recommended that while calculating MSP, we should take into consideration the risk factor and the social externality factor. So this is very important recommendation. So whenever there is a question on doubling farmers' income, MSP, farm districts, so you can use this Arvind Pangaria committee also. Now MS Swaminathan committee and Swaminathan commission on agriculture, you read it in detail. I won't tell more about it because its recommendations are very important. Now the next committee was Ashok Dalwai committee on doubling farmers' income. So though this committee is on doubling farmers' income, this has focused on 7 parameters like crop productivity, livestock productivity, resource efficiency. So there are 7 parameters. So mug up these 7 parameters, and whenever there is a question on any of the 7 parameters, suppose there is a question on animal husbandry, mention Ashok Dalwai committee. Suppose there is a question on irrigation efficiency, or how should we process, or how should we go on with improving water use efficiency, again mention Ashok Dalwai committee. So this committee had recommended 7 parameters. So all those 7 parameters can be used in GS3 questions. Okay. Now Shanta Kumar committee is also there regarding food storage and food security. So read about its recommendation. Regarding fintech, Subhash Chandra Garg committee was there, and Subhash Chandra Garg committee, I am not able to recall its recommendation. So Subhash Chandra Garg committee was there. Okay, so this committee recommended the expansion of fintech services, and it observed that there is a lack of level playing field amongst banking and non-banking entities. So it is very important, because see, we know that banking sector in India is very strong, and they have expanded to every level, but it is competing with non-banking sector. So this Subhash Chandra Garg committee in the fintech sector observed that there is no level playing field. So whenever there is a question on financial inclusion, financial technology, digital divide, here you can mention this Subhash Chandra Garg committee and its observation that banking and non-banking do not have level playing field when it comes to financial technology. Okay. Now in agriculture, one more committee is there, in agriculture or MSME manufacturing, Surjit Bhalla committee. So it had recommended that we should improve our export competitiveness if we have to increase our share of GDP in the manufacturing. And how should we improve export manufacturing competitiveness? So it recommended that we should focus more on foreign demand and not on the domestic demand. But see, last year economic survey is in contradiction with this recommendation, because last year economic survey said that we should focus on domestic demand. And now due to COVID, now we know that the foreign demand has reduced and we are surviving on domestic demand. But if we have to improve our percentage of manufacturing, then we should focus on demand driven growth, and this demand should be internal as well as external. So here you can mention Surjit Bhalla committee, and Surjit Bhalla committee also recommended that we should bring down the cost of capital for the manufacturing businesses. So whatever the loans etc we are providing, its cost, its interest rates, they should be brought down as recommended by Surjit Bhalla committee. Now if there is a question on fishing, inland fishing or coastal fishing, there are two committees, Dilip Kumar committee and Meena Kumari committee. So they both have recommended encouraging privatization and scientific use of marine technology and nets etc. So read about those committees, not that important, but you can use these committees. Okay. Now next was UK Sinha committee. So it is regarding MSME. In GS3 there will be question on MSME, definitely there will be question on MSME. So mention UK Sinha committee, and you can relate it with GS2 State Finance Commission, because UK Sinha committee recommended that the role of state finance commissions and KVICs should be increased in the MSME sector. Okay. And it also recommended that we should set up a national council for MSMEs. Now we know that MSMEs are growth engine of Indian manufacturing sector. So whenever there is a question on GS2, GS3, so you can mention UK Sinha committee. Now there are few committees which are not that used, but you just remember the name of those committees. The question is committee is Baba Kalyani committee on special economic zones. So in GS3 you can use this committee, because it had recommended that we do not just need special economic zones, but we need employment and economic enclaves, EEE. So these keywords you can use in GS3 questions. Now there is another committee, K. Rajeshwar Rao committee. So it is regarding minerals, like how we are extracting minerals. So whenever a question comes on minerals or tribal areas or PESA areas or district mineral fund, so in these areas this committee recommended that we should utilize DMF for the development of tribals etc, and we should focus on renewable energy. So this committee is for minerals, but this committee itself is focusing on renewable energy. So whenever there is a question on renewable and non-renewable energy, sustainable development, so here you can mention this K. Rajeshwar Rao committee. Now there are two committees on SHGs. Okay, one is Usha Thorat committee. So not all people know this committee. So Usha Thorat committee is there. So it recommended that we should strengthen SHGs for better financial inclusion. So you can use this in SHGs, you can use this in Panchayat Raj, you can use this committee in financial inclusion. Also this committee mentioned that we should partner with microfinance institutes and SHGs for better financial inclusion. So in these 3-4 areas we can use Usha Thorat committee. Okay. Then there are two more committees regarding SHGs. One is Malegam committee and second committee is Rama Subramaniam Gandhi committee. So these both committees recommended that the collection from the SHGs after giving loan, so whatever we collect, like their premium or their interest we collect, then there should be no coercive collection, like we should give them leverages, and we should strengthen them. And the interest rate on which we provide loans or credit to SHGs, those should be minimal. So these recommendations were given by Malegam Committee and Rama Subramaniam Gandhi Committee. Now one more committee is there, Dr. Syed Hamid Committee. So this committee was very important because this committee was regarding women and child rights. Dr. Syed Hamid Committee on women and child rights. So this committee found out that we know that our labor force participation rate of women is meager. It is not even comparable to the labor force participation rate of men. So this committee found out that major impediment, like why our labor force participation rate is for women is so low. It said that women do not have skills, and if you provide them proper skills, then labor force participation rate can be increased. So this can be used in women and child rights, this can be used in women empowerment, this can be used in skills, this can be used in labor force participation rate, this can be used in employment opportunities for women. And also the same committee, Dr. Syed Hamid Committee, said that for tackling climate change and for fighting climate change, women's are the major change agents. So it is a sentence that women's are the agents for mitigating climate change. So again, you can use this committee in the climate change and sustainable development as well. So Manishankar Committee we talked. There are two more committees, Malimat Committee and B.N. Sri Krishna Committee. So these committees are generally for ADR or arbitration. So you can use these committees. One more unnoticed or unknown committee is Ishar Judge Ahluwalia Committee. So Ishar Judge Ahluwalia Committee. So this committee was particularly regarding urbanization. So in GS1 you can use this committee. This committee said that India's economic growth cannot be sustained. So it is saying that India's economic growth cannot be sustained if urbanization is not actively facilitated. So see, in paper 1 urbanization, there will be two type of question. One question will be why we need sustainable urbanization, and second question will be the urban areas we are developing, or the question will be like we should not focus on urbanization and should we go back to the villages. So in this type of question you can mention Ishar Judge Ahluwalia Committee on urbanization found out that unless and until sustainable urbanization is facilitated, India cannot have sustainable economic growth. So this you can directly mention. Also this committee found out that the urban local bodies are very important in urban governance. So here in GS2, whenever there is a question on urban local bodies or intermediate bodies, you can mention Ishar Judge Ahluwalia Committee focused on urban local bodies, financing urban local bodies through PPP. So in this way you can use this committee. Now I will just tell few committee names which are very known. So Swaran Singh Committee is there, Sarkaria Committee is there, Panchi Committee is there, Dinesh Goswami Committee is there, NN Vohra Committee is there, Umesh Sinha Committee on RPA, like Representation of People Act is there. There is always question. So Umesh Sinha Committee you should study about. There is Deepak Parekh Committee on Financial Infrastructure, and there is Parthasharthi Som Committee on Tax Administration Reform, TARC, we call it TARC Committee. So there are these many committees. I think I have already told more than 35 committees. So make a list of these committees. Whatever sentences or whatever data I have given, note them down. You need not Google them again. Just Google those things which I have not discussed in detail. So, and I have also told you how you can use these committees. You can use them in introduction, you can use them in body, you can use them in way forward, you can use them in conclusion, you can use them in essays. So in this way, if you get a few more committees, you can add the names of these committees. But these 35 to 40 committees will be very helpful in all the papers, and you won't find a single question where you will not be able to mention the committees. Similarly, next video I will make on the important factoids, which fact you must know. So that video will also last for 25 to 30 minutes. So it is almost 40 minutes. So I think this video will be helpful for upcoming mains as well as the people who will be appearing for the 2022 mains. They also should make note of all the committees and keep revising these committees again and again, and tell yourself that I am going to use this committee. Like whenever there is a topic of women, you should remember that there is Jaya Jetli committee, there is Syed Hamid committee, there is Pam Rajput committee. So these three committees instantly should come to your mind. Or whenever there is a question on PRI, you should remember Sumit Bose committee, you should remember Manishankar Iyer committee, you should remember second ARC. See, I am remembering it again and again because I have revised them again and again. So make a list and make a list of recommendation, revise them again, and tell yourself that I am going to use this committee whenever such particular topic comes, like Gulshan Rai committee on cyber security. Okay, so I hope this video was helpful, and all the best to all of you, and happy Diwali. Thank you. Bye bye.